Hi fantasy managers, welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video I'm going to go through my transfer plans and watch list for game week 29. It is a double game week. I'm going to be using one of my chips. We'll talk about chip strategy, we'll talk about captaincy, transfer plans, all that good stuff. So if you enjoy these sort of videos, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and in the meantime, let's take a look. In order to understand my transfer plans and who's on my watch list for game week 29 and beyond, we need to just clarify where I am at the moment, how my team is set up and what my chip strategy is. Yours may be similar, it may be different. Some of these players may still be of interest to you too. Now, I ended up on game 28 with 65 points, which I was pretty happy with. I wildcarded in 26, so this side was set up with the full intention of not having to free hit. And you know what? I got a decent green arrow at the end of it. I went up about 200k. I'm at 900 odd k at the moment. Nowhere near where I'd like to be. But I've a lot of green arrows since the World Cup, and I've moved up considerably. Raya, whole defence, no one really returned for me. Saka was the real bonus. Putting the captain's armband on him was just a fantastic decision because he just outscored pretty much everyone else. Kane, Watkins got a return. Madison chipped in. He was my one transfer in game week 27, and I was thrilled in the end just to be able to get 11 players out. That was always the intention. I was always cutting it fine. But you know what? 65 points, really happy. I have 2.6 million in the bank and 2 free transfers to play with going into double game week 29. So let's have a look and see how I'm set up for that. So game week 29 is set up pretty well. My side looks really strong. I have 11 double game week players in my 15 if you include Wood, and I will be using my bench boost. I think it's absolutely the right time to use it. I have got Odegaard, Saka and Zinchenko on the bench. They're 3 Arsenal players that have good fixtures. Now, it is important at this moment in time that I tell you that I absolutely are going to free hit in game week 32. That is already going to happen. I've already set that in stone. So I'm looking ahead with those blank game week in place. I can keep hold of, therefore, my 2 Brighton players. And as we'll see in a minute, I'm going to bring another one back in. I've moved Matoma out. It felt frivolous taking one player out to bring him back in after the blank game week, but Madison returned and I had, due to wildcard on 26, the luxury of being able to use that. I still actually haven't taken a hit all season and the side looks pretty decent. Maybe on review of the season, it would be better to take some hits when I had the opportunity and get a better rank. At the moment, it doesn't seem blindingly obvious where I could have done that. So I have Kane, who has a decent fixture, the 3 Arsenal players that also have decent fixtures. But because I'm free hitting in 32 and have a decent fixture, I do feel that I could get rid of 1 or 2 Arsenal players, but it feels wrong to get rid of them when they've got leads at home, albeit in a single game week. But Odegaard, I feel that yes, I can move him out, and I'm going to bring in Matoma would be my absolute preference to bring in. Therefore, I'm bulking up on those 3 Brighton players. They blank in 32, doesn't matter. I'm free hitting. They have other doubles coming up, which I definitely want to take advantage for. They just look like a really good side, and I just want 3 of their assets. Tony is an issue, possibly moving forward, but hopefully he'll just get through this double game week. I don't see the point in taking him away, but he is a transfer waiting to happen. And my captaincy, as it was in game week 26, I'm going to go McAllister as well. I just think McAllister's on penalties. He's getting forward. His underlying stats look brilliant since he's been playing in that Lallana role. I just really like him. The key to this whole side, though, is that I will want to go to Haaland in game week 30 when they're away at Southampton. I'm not going without him. They also have a double now in 34. So I want a Manchester City player. And they obviously will blank in 32 as well, but that isn't an issue for me. To do that, to make my life a little bit easier, I think I'm going to have to maybe go for March over Matoma. Now, the underlying stats say there's not a lot in that. If I'm honest, I just from the eye test, I think Matoma is just a better player than Solly March. But I will have to go there just to save myself money unless I start looking at other players. And there are a number of other options. But I still have a free transfer. I'm not sure I want to take Saka out. Possibly Zinchenko could come out. That is an option as well. Leeds at home just looks like a really good fixture. Kane, I've not completely ruled out as an option. Again, a decent fixture, but it is away at Everton. So I have got a number of options, and we'll have a look now at those different players that I'm going to be targeted or looking at over the next few weeks. As mentioned already, I'm absolutely going to be bringing in Haaland in for game week 30. I think it is almost a risk not having Haaland at any point. I didn't have him for game week 26, 27, 28. He couldn't hurt me because it was blank, but I kind of feel I have got away with it a little bit. And Haaland could go mad against any side, as we know. 12 million, still pretty decent price, I'd have to say. At home to Liverpool, I think I'm going to risk not going with him because other players have all got double game weeks. I could move from Kane to Haaland. I'm not sure I want to do that. It seems like a transfer that I could just hold on another week. And with the flag over Haaland, maybe just err on the side of caution. But Southampton away, yeah, I definitely want to bring him in for that. Leicester at home, Arsenal. These fixtures, by the way, don't include 32 because I just wanted to get the double game week in for 34. And I'm free hitting as well. So that free hit side, that game week 34 double against Fulham and West Ham, I've got to have Haaland in. At the moment, it's very difficult to be able to pick any other Manchester City asset out as being nailed on, unless you went for Ederson. But maybe by the time we get to 34, there will be some other players that will have come to the fore. I don't really feel like I need to go through the figures for Haaland to explain why I want to bring him in. It's just a case of who comes out. Tony would be a player that has got to come out at some point. He's got these charges overhanging him and he's one card away from a suspension. Fixtures don't look great for him either. If I went from March, if I went to March instead of Matoma, then it's one move from Tony to Haaland. If I stick with Matoma, I've got to make the money elsewhere. Hence, it's really attractive going to March. But Haaland is a must-have. He will be coming in game week 29. The question is, who else do I bring in, or if anyone, for game week for 29, Haaland coming in for 30. The other one I do like to look up is Luke Shaw. His fixtures look pretty decent as well. 5.2 is absolutely nailed in Manchester United back 4. I just think he's got an attacking threat as well. Double as well against Newcastle, Brentford. Not the worst, not the best. Then he has a fixture against Everton, Tottenham, and he doubles in 34. So he would just be pretty much set and forget. I would have no issues keeping him in that Tottenham away game either. So I just really like him. He could come in, move out maybe me. That would leave me slightly short though, moving from Haaland to Tony. But that would almost commit me to the Kane to Haaland move. But Luke Shaw looks like a good option. He's definitely a player I want to bring in. And Manchester United assets in general look pretty good. Now they've got that game week 34 fixture double confirmed. And on that basis, Fernandes as well is another player that I'd love to bring in. Have to involve me getting rid of Saka if that was the case. But on pens, nailed. I know he's going to be playing 90 minutes in all of those games. So his XGI right up there with the very best of him. Better than Saka. Not quite up there with KDB and Salah, but previously he has been playing a bit deeper. But Fernandes, yeah, I still think he's quite expensive. If it wasn't for the doubles, I don't think I'll be touching him. And this double, I don't know. Is he a better option maybe than Saka? Will he outscore Saka this week? Quite possibly. But then again, once I do this move to Fernandes, if I've got him in for this week, I am committing to getting rid of Kane later on. Other players that I would consider is Salah, definitely now. He's got a double this week. It's not particularly good. Then he's got Arsenal at home, which is a tricky fixture. Then it Leeds, Forest, and the double against Tottenham and Fulham looks really good. He is just mega expensive, but his underlying figures just continue to be really good. Those fixtures, set and forget. But again, it's going to be a struggle longer term to be able to fit him, the likes of Haaland in as well. And Fernandes would just go out the window. I think I'd struggle to fit them all in. But Salah is a player that I would want to go for. Don't know if I can get there or not. Instead of Salah, the alternative really would be going for Gakpo. He's been hitting his form, 4 goals in 9 appearances. He's been playing really well recently. Again, this double coming up though, would he outscore Saka is my question. Saves me money, and the fixtures beyond that aren't that bad. Going away to Arsenal, could they score? Yeah, I can see them scoring. Leeds definitely, Forest definitely, and then that double. He looks like he's good for minutes as well, or starts. He does come off early, but I think I can live with that with the extra fixtures he's getting. XGI looks decent at 7.7. He looks like a decent option that I could definitely consider, maybe this week and maybe beyond. That's it for this one then, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you're intending to do for game week 29. Are you activating one of your chips, and who are you bringing in? Who's your captain going to go on this week? In the meantime, we'll come back at you with a team selection before the deadline, and next week we'll have all the usual stuff with watch list, team selection videos, all that good stuff. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and good luck. Speak to you soon.